Sorry, my video ended or cut off. My storage was low. But yeah, I've just been learning all this time, not knowing I was learning all this time about the part of me that I think the people who would tell me that I was different, you know, something about, I remember one time I had bought something on Facebook Marketplace. What did I buy? I bought like a baby carrier or something. Because y'all know all my babies be at the shop. So I had to work with the baby, so I bought a baby carrier. I had 4 kids. Baby carriers cost like $80. I was like, no. This lady was selling one for $15. So I went to pick it up from her, and she came out the house and she just looked stunned. And I was like, I'm thinking something happened, or like, you know, do you know me? Like, what? And she was like, I don't know what it is, but there's just something about your face. And I was like, I looked exactly like I look right now. I wasn't cute. I was literally trying to hurry up and pull up before work, go to work, so I can hold my baby at the shop. And I was just like, thank you or whatever. And she was like, do you mind if I add you on Facebook? And I was like, no, you can. I mean, she's still my friend to this day. It just made me know, like, I never noticed, but people noticed that there's just something off about you, like something off. And I always thought it was just like my insecurities, like, oh, you're an insecure person. But, you know, yes, I was an insecure person, but I always felt like defensive. That's a good word. I always felt like I had to like fight for myself, even though it was like I didn't know who was trying to like come at me. I couldn't tell the difference between what was just like, what was somebody just, you know, humaning, and what was, you know, a demonic attack sent to steal my gifts. So before I learned to hide myself in hermit mode and, you know, solitude, I would just be snapping. Like, not snapping. I don't disrespect people or nothing like that. Like, it takes a lot to get me out of my middle, you know what I'm saying? You can't hurt my feelings too much, and you can't make me mad too much no more. Like, or I won't act it out. Let me say that. I'm very affected, but I don't respond affected. I haven't in a long time. And unless you get me like on 13, past 10, which I'm trying to never let happen again. Like, I'm never trying to come out my body like that ever again. So anyway, I don't even know what I was saying, but the point is, in this period of waiting to hear from God, He has just literally been reminding me of all the times I was spiritually activating. And I just wanted to say sorry to little me. Sorry, girl. Sorry. Because the knowledge and the use of ability that I seek after now, I realized had I been in tune with myself before now, this would be a whole different video. I would be a whole different person. And here's the thing, I'm still about to be that person. I'm still about to be that person. But all the hardship and hurt and, it wasn't a waste, but it was just like, ooh, I did not have to. I could have protected myself if I didn't let people talk me out of, protecting myself. They made me think, oh, you just so defensive. You just know everything. You just don't need nobody. Like, that ain't my fault. Like, it's not my fault that I got born and then God just took care of me. Like, I used to think it would. I used to think, oh, I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want to be catered to. I want to thug it. I want to get it out the mud. Like, dumb. Because now I look back and it's like, that's not what I was made for. I was not made to fight my own battles, literally, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I wasn't made for that. I was not made to be resilient and strong. I wasn't made for that. I was made to be perched and pretty and powerful. I mean powerful. That's what I was made for. And I don't mean power in the sense of being able to control other people and what they do and how they, revere me. I mean power as influence to awaken those things in other people too. So sorry. Like, I've always fought so much harder for other people because I could defend myself. Like, you know me? I will read. Okay, you hear me? You ain't just about to say anything to me. Now, I ain't finna be putting my hands on nobody. And I ain't finna be saying nothing I don't, that I would regret and want to take back. But the tongue lashing that I've developed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't play. But I've always done that for other people. Like, and I still do love that for me. Like, I'm gonna ride. And I never understood why I was that way. But I just am a defender. I'm a defender. I am a warrior. And I know that my past experiences, they sharpened me. And I wouldn't change anything except the knowing. I wish that I knew sooner what I was fighting for. Because that would just make me want to fight some more when I was younger, when, up until like a couple of months ago, let's be clear. I felt like, why are you beating up on me? Why do I have to always experience all these hard things? Like, why, man? Just crying about it. Now that I know why, I'm legit like, goddamn Michael B. Jordan and Creed. Like, please, pummel me. Like, not trying to be funny, but I'm just like, God, put me through the ringer. And I hate saying that because I know God be like, oh, really? Well, here you go, right? And previously, I would be so like apprehensive, like, oh my God, what is he about to do to me now? And now it's like, I don't care. I don't care what you do to me. I don't care what I gotta go through. I don't care what I gotta give up. I don't care how much I gotta cry. I don't care how much it hurt. I'm not numb. I won't say that, but I know how to alchemize now. I know how to take everything that hurts so bad and it feel like I'm just gonna explode and I won't survive and use it for myself, for me to like energize myself, as opposed to deplete me of energy. I used to be so scared and so nervous and so weak, or I thought I was weak, that I would just be like crying through these phases and just like, I just clawing out these things, like really, but never, and not being grateful for it, because I would always look at it as like, I always have to try so hard. And I never looked at it as, but did you die? I never looked at it as, but you did survive. And so like, yeah, you probably felt weak because, yeah, that did hurt and that was rough and that was sad. But it didn't outlive you. I never looked at it like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't, I'll keep. Oh, I'm so grateful now, because I look back on the woman that I was convinced was too weak for this, too fragile, too naive, too soft, too loving, too caring, too manipulative, or, too easily manipulated, I should say. And I never saw myself as a person who faced all those things and stayed alive. I'm so proud of myself today. So proud of younger me. Because I didn't know then. And I still wanted innately to survive. When I was younger, I thought survival looked like somebody coming and, white knighting me. Like, how they say, I thought I was going to get my prince. I thought I was going to, somebody come take care of me, love me, nurture me into health and wholeness. Which I haven't, that idea is still in my heart somewhere, but I realize now that all that time I was begging somebody to come help me, I was already helping me. I was already helping me. God was already sustaining me. I was ungrateful and I was blind, but I just didn't know. I didn't know. And yet I still fought out of sheer stubbornness, probably, because there was so many times I didn't even want to. I didn't want to. It was just like an automatic response to not give up. And I would need copious amounts of time to recuperate mentally and physically and emotionally. And I thought that was a sign of how weak and unfit I was to do battle. But now, y'all, I do know my angles. I just don't care. But now, it's like quick little ice bath, and physically and spiritually. Quick little sip of water, swish it, spit it, Vaseline it. And I'm coming back to get beat on. Because I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Nothing can kill me. Nothing can. Even if I went and I laid down and was like, hey, whatever this thing is, could you please kill me? It won't work. It won't work. It won't work because there's an assignment that I'm literally on a dang on treasure map chase to find it, to figure it out. And I know now that when I get it, when God finally tells me what it is and what way that I'm supposed to serve the kingdom of God, like not just my community, not just my children, but heaven. I'm going to be so ready. It won't be nothing that can shake me, nothing that can deter me, nothing that can make me change my mind, nothing that can scare me away. Because I've seen, lived, felt, experienced, endured unimaginable. And I know that in life, it just go up. You know, it'll just be heavier, harder, deeper every time you think you've attained. You still didn't. Because that's just training too. You know? And now I've become so hungry for training that I feel like, and this is about to, watch, I'm saying this right now, and God gonna be like, perfect. It's time to go up. Like, but what I was about to say is, I've become so hungry for the training because I've started seeing the benefits, and the benefits aren't a house, a car, a bag, because I don't need none of that. Not for what I know I gotta do. None of that is necessary. The benefits are insight. The benefits are clarity. The benefits are sensitivity to the things of God. The benefits are just an increase in faith and realizing what God made you capable of. I just run after it now. I go chase it down. Because I want some more. But sometimes you get to a point where you just like, you're too far away from the start, not close enough to the end. and you just get what feels like blocked and blinded and stuck, because it's like, this is no man's land. Nobody here to guide me. I don't have any previous knowledge. I don't know what questions to even ask. I have to just experience. And right now, there's radio silence. And I'm not discouraged. I'm not discouraged at all. I am just, here. I'm teetering. I am waiting. I am watching. It feels exactly like it sounds. I feel a little empty. I feel a little scared of doing the wrong thing, ended up in the wrong place. I feel a little like, okay, God, what's up? Like, I don't know these rules. I don't know this ground. I don't know this, I don't know this area, this territory. This is like unsettled frontier for me. And I can only depend on the abilities and the gifts that God gave me. And, my intuition, I hope that I've learned. I hope that I've, mastered things, but you just never know. You never know. With that being said, let's get into something else. Let's talk about this being the start to my sobriety, letting go of weed addiction, so rough, y'all, so rough. Like, so rough because I liked it, you know what I'm saying? It was comforting, it was distracting, it was, ritualistic. Maybe, that was the time where I connected with myself in my mind. But I'm not smoking, y'all. I'm not smoking. There's literally weed right here on my side table that I want to flush, and I'm going to flush it, but I'm too scared to touch it. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. I'm too scared to touch it. I don't want to smoke it. Not gonna lie. And it's like, things don't get like this until, you tell yourself you can't have it. Now you're just like, I can't have it. What do you mean? I'm the boss of me. And it's like, yeah, I am the boss of me. I am the boss of me. So I'm going to listen to me. I used to just override and disrespect myself, by not committing to the commitments that I made to myself. I'm not doing that any longer, but it's not easy. It's not easy because I realize that I was, patching voids and creating a distraction for myself for real reasons. And those real reasons are bubbling on up out of me. And it's only been technically maybe like 30 hours. Maybe 35. I don't know, less than a whole 2 days. Because I smoked at like 1 a.m. on Sunday. Or like 1 a.m. basically Monday. Sunday night, Monday morning. And I was like, okay, I'm going to flush this because I'm not smoking it. And, I've gone on fasts before with like, okay, I'm going to not smoke for a week, 2 weeks, a month. And I've done it, but I've always gone back because of these stressors that, not that I don't want to deal with them. I didn't have the tools to deal with them, and I didn't have the patience to deal with myself. And I've grown so much now that I can't even make those excuses anymore because they're lies. Like if I was to say that today, I would be lying. I would be a liar, and I can't be a liar. That's the number one reason. Number two reason is if I'm going to be putting myself out there, I'm not the type of person to be living no double life. I'm not about to be hiding and lying and like trying to no. But I realize the places and spaces that I want to go to and I want to be in, weed can't go. It can't go. It just can't. Even though it's 2022 and it's dispensaries everywhere and I can't say how I feel about recreational use. What I can say is usage was not recreational for me. It was not. I was dependent. I needed it. I thought I did. But what I know is that I can't say that I believe God and I trust God and I have faith that I can do anything and then be like, but I can't stop smoking weed. That don't compute. That is not congruent, sis. The math ain't mathing. So, just as evidence from, y'all know me in this evidence. I used to tell God, I need proof. And he would deliver. He would. And this time he was like, how you be asking for that proof? I request proof. He requested proof from me. Down payment, please. And I was like, okay, not that I don't think this could happen. The issue is that I really did not want to stop smoking. Let's be real. I love smoking. I love all the other stuff that, I can't do right now. Like food, let's not even talk about food. All the stuff. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, yeah. That stuff is fun. That stuff is fulfilling, but it's very much a toxic relationship once you don't realize your life is dependent on it. Once you don't realize these are unhealthy, habitual, circumstances, and you are crippling your life. You're crippling your development. You're crippling your growth. You're crippling, your ability in general. If you can't have fun without that stuff, something's wrong. If you can't, manage your life without these things, something's wrong. You need to work on management and not, satiation. Is that a word? Did I use it right? What I'm trying to say is I was more so I need to be high. I want to, it started as okay, this helps me to focus. This helps me to let go of my anxiety and exist as a person. And that helped me to learn. Let me be clear. I didn't start out smoking weed, addicted to weed. That's not how it happened. I started out using it medicinally. I had children. I unfortunately was in an abusive marriage. I had a very mentally tormented life before I was an adult, physically too. You know what I'm saying? Like, things were hard for me. So, I just never got any tools, and, that's different now. That's different. And so when I realized that, I would smoke, and now not only does it not help me want to relate and get out in public and do things with people, it actually does quite the opposite. Now I'm unproductive. Now I'm sleepy. Now I'm hungry. Now nothing else actually matters. It's like, you can't, with weed, even when you use it medicinally, you cannot pick how it affects you. So it's like, in the beginning, I would be like, oh my God, this actually worked for the reasons I needed it for. I initially started using weed for uterine pain. I had fibroids. I had a very traumatic delivery with my twins. Lots of things. And so, I was advised to try weed. I'm also allergic to a lot of pain medicine. I also wouldn't even try pain medicine. I was just weird. I'm like, I'm not taking that, because I could literally feel the effects immediately on contact, and I did not like it. I did not like the way pain medicine altered my body. And then I started smoking weed. And it was like, I guess it was better because it was fun. I knew it was supposed to affect me that way. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, this is, fine, because that's what weed's supposed to do. And it also helped these other ailments or whatever. And then it just didn't. I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't be productive. I couldn't feel anything. I didn't care about, I'm already just by nature nonchalant. Like I said, I be minding my business. But when I'm high, it's just like, even things I want to care about, I was like, it is what it is. C'est la vie, And I didn't love myself in that state. I didn't love that about me. Because for me, it is a pleasure to, feel. I let other people or situations, I would cry before with an old partner, and he would just be like, oh, you crying, that's fake. You just fake. Yeah, you just crying. Because he would make me cry. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to try not to cry, but you going to keep going till I do cry, and then tell me my tears are for sympathy. It was just weird. So I just got to a point where it's like, I can't be crying all the time. You know what I'm saying? But not crying all the time quickly led to not caring at all for myself, for my future, for the future generations that will come out of me, for the women that I was connected to, that God blessed me with. How can I continue to show up as the person that they know if I start to fundamentally undo who I am because it hurt too bad? So I'm saying all that to say, I stopped smoking so that I could feel again, feel deeply again. Because even though I thought I was like, oh, I don't feel nothing. And it was like, yeah, I was feeling it. I just was ignoring it because I was high. And that's what I wanted to do. It's like Cat Williams got this joke. What do you say? We give you, don't give a fuck. He was not lying. It does. Legit, somebody could come skin my cat in front of my face, and I would just be like, wow. dead. Gotta get a new one of those. Like, legit, like. And yes, I'm like that already. Like, I'm very much a take a licking and keep on ticking type of person. But at least I could understand the principle and the crazy and the, you know what I'm saying? Like, some stuff, like, I don't want to be desensitized. I like, I'm still like, and I'm saying this, y'all, when I say I'm so deeply sensitive, that when I use the word desensitized, I mean just regular sensitive. Like, my feelings go deeper than the core of the earth. Like, but when I'm high, I only get to like grass. So I stopped because I want to feel. I need to feel in order to connect better, in order to hear better. I had to let it go, and I also had to show the proof that I wanted it badly. Badly. The only thing I want more than I want to smoke weed is the future God showed me. So I guess with that being said, let's go through it. Let's go flush it. So previously I put all the little tails and stuff that I had around the house so I wouldn't smoke it in here. Y'all, I have 4 children. My bathroom, my toilet is, let me look at it. Okay. My toilet is clean, but anyway. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Bye-bye. That's it. That's all. So, bye-bye. I'm definitely not gonna smoke it now. Yay me. Yay future. I'll let y'all know later how that made me feel. Because I don't even know yet. But I'm just grateful for a desire to hear and be obedient. With that being said, managing my feelings, managing my temperament, managing my emotions, managing my gifts feels so wonky and out of control and all over the place. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. See what I'm saying? I just flushed that weed. And at the beginning of this video, I said that I was just floating and didn't have guidance or direction. But right now, God is telling me that this time, I'm so sorry. This time is for me to learn that. This time of quiet and nothing. It's like sensory deprivation right now. And that's just because God has given me cushion. He's given me grace to recalibrate and reacquaint myself willingly. With these gifts and these feelings. And I thank you, God, for that. This is more evidence, real-time evidence that as soon as you do what God is instructing you to do, He opens himself up to you. You hear from him. He shows himself. He provides. He delivers. He's faithful. It's nuts. It's nuts. This is why I refuse to edit. I refuse to dress up. Not because I don't want y'all to see me cute, but because I don't want to have to fake nothing. I don't want to have to put on for nobody. Not even me. Not even me. Because I want to see me how God sees me. I want to have everything God wants me to have. I want to say everything God wants me to say. I want to do everything God wants me to do. That's all I want to do. That's all. So I'll be in more solitude. Be focusing more on little me. I feel so much peace and comfort right now after really, literally flushing the habit. And I pray that when I'm sober and there's no more weed in my system at all, that all of the power and saturation of my abilities come back to me like they were before. Like now it's like they are powerful, yes, but not on purpose and not at will. I don't know if it'll ever be something I can just call on and do. But apparently that's what I'm supposed to be trying to figure out now. And feds, mind your business. Stay away from me. I'm not I'm not a mutant. I'm not an X-Men. I don't want to be used for your science. Y'all better watch the videos. That's all the insight information I got. Take it up with God. I didn't do it. He did it. Anyway, I'll be exercising that. And prayerfully, God will give me an assignment. That felt nice. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm certainly choosing to love my situation until it lives, and I really, really mean that today. Today I mean that so hard, because when I say the promises, and I just got glimpses, I can't even tell you the full story because I don't know. But even just the tiny glimpses, I'm like, that's a whole lot of promise. That's a whole lot of promise. And I want it. I want that to be alive. I want that to live when I get to it. When I get to my promises, I want to know how to keep them. I want to know how to nurture them. I want to know how to explode them higher. I want to take my talents and multiply them. I don't want to bury them. And I've buried them. I've been buried. I'm finna go dig them suckers up, though. I'm finna go dig them mugs up, and I'm finna flip them. Yes, I'm is. Yes, I'm is. With that being said, I'll probably be back this week sometime to discuss what y'all want to talk about. I was very much having a few ideas. I very much want to talk about, I'm always talking about the Christians. And let me tell you why. All I know, that's all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've studied. I've never practiced any other religious, or religion. Yeah. I've never practiced a different religion. I've, learned myself of them, but I've never practiced them. So I can only speak to Christian experience, similar to how I can only speak to, a woman's experience or a mother's experience or a Black person's experience. That's all I know. That's all I know for myself to be true. So Christians, I ain't mad at y'all. I don't blame y'all. I think that it's our history, but I would love to talk about why do Christians think that everybody else are the people with a form of godliness? You know what I'm saying? Like, they never, like, it baffles me. And I'm only baffled because I've never been able to relate, and I really, really am interested and want to know. I've always very much believed outside the box of Christian religion, so I've never been able to grasp the concept that, as Christians, we know, it's not a belief, we know that God did create everything and is capable of anything, even stuff we can't even think about. He's capable of doing. With that being said, why do we so much try to diminish other people's ways of getting to God? Like, how you gonna tell them what he told them? How you gonna tell them what makes them closer to God? How do you know? How you gonna tell them? Anyway, I'm saying this, very much getting into people's like practices of spirituality, i.e. Juanita Bynum's altar, people's crystals, the sage. I'm not into it. I'm not diminishing it in any way. I want to talk about the ever expansion of God and how he is in the essence of every single thing existing. Everything. And just because nobody related that way to you, don't mean it's the devil. I'm not saying go and try to do stuff you see other people doing. I'm just saying, don't be trying to diminish the way people view God, see God, interact with God, and you ain't them, and you ain't God. You know what I'm saying? There's so many religions that people made, but there's one God. There's one. Universally, there's one God. So who are we to say? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like there's also this. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting into this. It'll probably be tomorrow or some other time. But for the folks who y'all, rituals this, magic that, blah blah blah, and it's like you realize Christianity is a religion created by the people who practice other religions first and then got saved after Christ. So a lot of our traditions that we like to differentiate from witchcraft and whatever else people want to call it, spirituality, are you not understanding that the founders of this religion, because that's exactly what it is, they were spiritual people first. They didn't have Christ until Christ. So all of their practices, all of their beliefs, all of their traditions, a lot of the stuff we practice today, it's very much a deviation from whatever spiritual practices that they had at the beginning, 2,000 years ago. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll get into it more, though, in another video. Because I like, y'all know me, I want to be researched. I need a list. Like topics on, when I want to discuss topics, I want that to be concise and clear and logical, because people on purpose try to misunderstand and misinterpret. Misinterpret is so funny. I like misinterpretate. I'm keeping that for me. Misinterpretate, because if y'all can say conversate, I can say misinterpretate and misconstrue, like really what people are saying, really the heart of what people are saying. Like, that's not what I said. That's what you think I mean based off what I said, So I'm going to get my stuff in a row to make this video so that if you misunderstand, you're doing it on purpose. And I don't want to change your mind. I just want to, open up your perspective, because what's for you is for you. But that also goes for everyone else too. And so you cannot be a Christian and think that you can dictate other people's salvation walk. Like, you can't. Why do you want to? It's like y'all literally look at other people's lives and be like, that's not what I do, so you shouldn't do it either. Like, it's giving hater. It's giving jealous. It's giving, maybe you should go to God about that. God, why do they get to do that and I don't? That's really what need to be going on. Because he'll probably be like, well, what is it that you want? Anywho, I digress. Because I don't want to get on the soapbox right now, but I promise you, in a future video to come, soapbox I shall be on. Yeah, I'm going to be on one. Anyway, I love you. I love you a lot. And I cannot wait until we process through this part of my life so that I can live life. I want to love myself till I live. That's what I want. That's really what I want. And, I'm better at loving everybody else for the time being. Oh, but when I pop out with some immaculate top shelf ass self-love, it's going to be a whole nother ball game. It's coming. Anyway, I love you. Bye.